Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take stacks of sources and boil them down into insights that are hopefully clear, surprising, maybe even a bit fun.
Yeah, cutting through the noise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And today, we're tackling something that lots of people think about, maybe even romanticize, but often misunderstand.
Yeah.
What it actually takes to be a successful entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. That allure of being your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's strong.
It really is. But the actual path, launching your own firm, often a very different story, a real reality check.
Definitely.
So our mission today, especially for you listening, is pretty straightforward. What does it really take? Let's try and answer that in a way that feels, tangible.
And our main guide for this is an article called The Entrepreneur's Path to Success. It's from Tap-In Magazine's Hidden Figures column. Really insightful stuff.
Hidden Figures.
Yeah. So this deep dive, we're aiming to pull out the key nuggets, the stuff that matters, maybe some things you wouldn't expect about making it as an entrepreneur, particularly if you're curious or maybe you're already on that path.
And what I found really interesting and honestly pretty encouraging right off the bat is the article's core idea.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It admits the path is long. It's tough. You need specific motivation, preparation, discipline, skills, all that. But, and this is the key part, it says you don't have to be born an entrepreneur.
Ah, okay. That's a big counter narrative.
Right. It suggests these crucial traits. Well, you can cultivate them. It shows what's implicit and how you can potentially make it into those successful ranks.
So nurture over nature, potentially.
Kinda, yeah. Okay, so let's unpack this. This gap between perception and reality. The article jumps right in, challenging that glossy image.
The highlight reel version.
Totally. It argues, loads of people are drawn to the idea, but far fewer really get the endurance test involved. Launching a business is one thing, but sticking with it, succeeding. It highlights this big gap in understanding the critical factors.
It really does. And Tap-In Magazine gets specific about what makes a successful one tick. It's not just about having a good idea, is it?
No, not at all.
It describes them as, and I'm quoting here, a unique and different kind of human being who keeps going while others give up.
Wow. Okay. That sounds intense.
It is. It paints a picture of someone who's not just resilient, but maybe profoundly stubborn. Someone willing to change when everyone keeps making the same mistakes.
Change when others don't.
Yeah, and someone who doesn't seem to mind carrying the weight of the world, figuratively speaking. It's this image of someone, well, defiantly persistent.
Yeah, that's quite a description. It almost sounds like they're built differently. But then the source kind of pivots slightly, right?
It does add nuance.
It says, while they seem unique, they are also obstinate people, and everything they do has a sense or a rational explanation behind it.
Right. So how do we square that? This unique being whose actions are rational.
Exactly. It feels less like some random genius and more like, I don't know, a very purposeful mindset. Is that fair?
I think that's a great way to put it. It's not wild, random uniqueness. The article stresses it's about having the appropriate mentality for a business and the guts to make it work. That obstinate part, it feels like a principled defiance. Like they won't be swayed by trends or setbacks if their own rational look tells them otherwise.
Right. They trust their analysis.
And underpinning all of that, the source talks about an unquenchable fire inside them.
The fire within.
Yeah, not just mild passion. A deep internal engine that keeps them laser focused on the end goal, despite all the bumps in the road. It fuels that rational obstinance we talked about.
Okay, so this internal fire, this rational obstinance, leads us to mindset. And here's where, for me, it gets really interesting.
Go on.
The source states successful business owners tend to be supremely confident in their abilities. Now, okay, confidence, sure. But the key bit is, despite all the challenges, they never lose sight of the goal.
Unwavering focus.
It feels like more than just bravado, more like this deep, unshakable conviction about where they're heading. And the article says that's what sets them apart from the crowd.
It is. But this is really crucial that confidence isn't static. It can't be.
Okay. How so?
Because the article also says achieving entrepreneurial success is, and I quote, akin to living in a state of perpetual change.
Perpetual change. Wow.
So that conviction, it needs to be flexible, adaptable. You have to always be on the lookout for novel approaches, strategies, and ideas.
So it's like confidence in the destination, but total flexibility on the route.
Exactly. A dynamic confidence, believing you'll get there while constantly adjusting to a landscape that's always shifting under your feet.
Which brings us right to the heart of adaptability. And the source is pretty blunt here.
It doesn't mince words, does it?
Not at all. It says, flat out, without the ability to adapt to new situations, you will not succeed in business. Full stop.
Oh,
Stark, yeah. It argues success isn't about perfecting one thing and just sticking with it forever. It actually hinges on developing new ideas, products, and technologies, moving away from antiquated processes.
so it's not just reacting to change, but actively driving it within your own venture?
Seems like it, like a constant, almost restless need to innovate, to evolve.
Absolutely. So, okay, we have this internal fire, this dynamic confidence, this radical adaptability.
They're like the engine, right? Yeah.
The personal traits. But what's the fuel? The Tap In magazine article then shifts focus, highlighting the massive importance of actual knowledge, preparation.
Right. It's not just attitude.
No. Entrepreneurship also involves how much you understand about the respective industry and starting a business in general.
Right.
The nitty-gritty stuff.
And it gives some practical angles on that, suggesting it helps, for instance, if you have already completed a commercial apprenticeship or a degree in economics.
The formal routes.
But reading between the lines, it doesn't feel like it's saying only degrees work.
Right.
What's the core value there? What kind of knowledge are they really pointing to?
That's the key question. It's less about the diploma itself and more about the fundamental grasp you gain.
Okay.
The source explains that through routes like those, you typically gain the necessary knowledge and understanding of how businesses are structured, how they operate,
Mechanics.
and how the economy can affect business. It's about understanding the blueprints, the operational levers, the bigger economic picture that you operate within.
So for you listening, if you're thinking about your own path, the real question isn't just, am I passionate? It's
beyond the passion. What foundational knowledge, formal or informal, do I actually need to make this work in the specific field I care about?
That's a really powerful way to frame it. This whole dive into Tap In Magazine's piece, it really shows, well, it shows entrepreneurship isn't just glamour.
Far from it.
It's this journey defined by, unique character traits, but also tough discipline and just continuous practical learning. You're building yourself as much as the business.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you? What's the takeaway? Well, based on this source, entrepreneurial success looks like this potent mix. You need that distinct internal fire, that drive. You need that cultivated mindset marrying supreme confidence with radical adaptability.
The dynamic duo.
Right. And critically, you need that solid foundation of acquired knowledge. It's about being, I suppose, uniquely persistent, relentlessly adaptive, and really, really well-informed.
Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with based on all that.
Yeah.
The source describes success as living in a state of perpetual change.
Yeah, that really stuck out.
So, thinking about that, how might you apply that specific mindset, living in perpetual change, to some area of your own life, even if it's not starting a business, just somewhere you want to achieve something significant?
Interesting prompt.
What small novel approach or new strategy, maybe something you haven't tried before, could you experiment with this week just to embrace that idea of constant evolution in whatever you're pursuing? Something to think about.
Definitely something to mull over.